I had to do some deep meditation, which I try to almost every day, but I rarely have an intention, and I knew that it was going to be uncomfortable today, but at the same time, kind of familiar because it's not the first time I'm recording. Definitely not the first time I'm recording. It's the second time I do this in another language. The past attempt was just a microphone. There was no video, and now it's a camera. But I just want to try new stuff. It's not. It doesn't have to do with anything of culture and because some might say like my mother would say this like, are you not proud of your country? Are you not proud of Mexico and being a Latin American? And it's not about that. It's just I want to try new things. I want to make my neural pathways work, like just fucking work. I want to, and you know what? I do not like to represent anything, any country, anyone but myself. I'm not proud of being Mexican. I'm not proud of being Latin American. It's fine if the government just wants to steal money every day, and I know that every government steals money. Like it's not just Latinos. We love to play the role like of corruption and the war on drugs. We love to think that we know what the fuck we're talking about. Like we're not the ones doing all the shit. We don't. It's weird. It's just weird how people talk out of their asses, like including myself sometimes. So that's why I'm doing this to talk my ass out and just be chill in public. Um, yeah, I'm not proud of hosting the World Cup. And did you see the videos of like people just running through the public because they were ramming their cars after winning like the 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 first leg of the World Cup? It's like what would have happened if we won the World Cup? They would have torn down every major building and a lot of people would have died because I don't know the current state of the average civilian is just so fucking weird. Everything that they do is ChatGPT this, ChatGPT that. Everything that's challenging needs to be automi- automated, and it needs to be streamlined and it needs to be easier. Thinking that like, oh yeah, so it has its pros and cons. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, if you would have just stayed living the way it was, and just kept reading and writing and doing your craft, you wouldn't have depended on anything but yourself. You can always use traditional Google and like handing your complete autonomy, your critical thinking skills, everything that you do. Like, oh, I just use it for my, I don't know. It's like I just use it for my job, and like it's fine. I'm not bashing anyone who does it. Like, I just I've used it like 10 times, and yeah, it's cool. Like you can prompt it out and get really specific, but at the end of the day, it hasn't it hasn't make gotten me any money. It's just like more information, more input, and yeah, it like I can write down on my journal notes and stuff, but this point in my life where I'm at, I've realized that I don't need any more knowledge. I can just apply the knowledge I have already. It's enough. Now it's just a matter of chipping away every day. Like, there's so many things that I like to do and study, and yeah, like you can keep studying but it doesn't mean that it has to be always new information, this and ChatGPT that and Google this and articles that and get more certificates and get a master's degree. And you can find the information that you're looking for that helps you learn this new craft or this new skill that you're trying to learn, and just keep practicing every day. The fact that you're not good enough doesn't mean that you don't have the knowledge. It just means that you haven't invested the sufficient amount of time into the craft, like actually in it. For example, making music 2 to 3 hours a day, which is something that I try to do. And people will say like, oh, 15 minutes is enough. Like, yeah, but 15 minutes is not enough to actually, like, if you're really serious on a career and a vocation about something, 15 minutes, it might be good for a hobby, like reading before bed. But when it comes to something that you see long term, whether you want to be a trader, a producer, a fitness coach, whether you're starting your own company, 15 minutes is not enough, probably 30 or 45 minutes. But if you consider yourself, like, if you sleep 7 to 9 hours, if you're working out consistently, if you are taking long walks, if you are eating most of the time, 80% of the time you are eating whole organic foods, you're staying away from processed fats and alcohol and chips and cookies and all that stuff. It's fine, you can eat them, just don't overindulge. Like, you can watch a movie with your wife and it won't be the end of the world. But what I'm saying is, if you have a weekly routine that lets you stay mentally sharp, if you're not staying up until 2 or 3 a.m. watching fucking TikTok, and don't even get me starting on TikTok, like, that shit is so poisonous. It literally has no benefit at all. Like, the argument that you can learn through 15-second videos is just so stupid. You actually need to invest more time in the topic to actually learn it. It's just cheap dopamine tricking your brain into, like, oh yeah, I'm learning while I just, like, escape from my problems and escape from the fact that if I actually wanted to learn how to program my weekly training routine, which exercises are the best, which diet, which eating protocol is the best, how do I integrate wellness and mindfulness into my life, you won't find that on 15-second videos. And yeah, there's people recording 5-minute to 10-minute videos on TikTok. That's cool. I just prefer to read a book, like find a good book, or get a good channel on YouTube, because YouTube is the OG. YouTube is the place where you can learn. It's the online university. And installing the habit of just scrolling your life away and tricking yourself into thinking like, oh yeah, this is my education source, is just bonkers. It's just bonkers. But yeah, the current state of the world is really weird. It's funny, it's scary at sometimes, but I think I just got out of, like, a very cynical and depressive hole that I dug myself into once again, because all the shit that's going on, and wars and the Epstein stuff, and, like, if you invest too much time thinking about it, and, like, sorry if I say like a lot, it's just a thing that I need to get rid of. If you invest too much time, it will unconsciously, and you won't see it, it will just, like, jab you right in the face sometimes, and it will bleed into your relationships, and you'll start to become this person that it's so what's the word? Life is a satire. You start to see life as a satire instead of a wonderful place to be. Instead of beauty, you start to see everything through a sarcasm lens, and sarcasm is funny sometimes, but not all the time, you'll start to just become this very angsty person. This not it's not a victim mindset. It's weird. It's just weird. I prefer to have my abundance helmet on. Like, everything is on the way, everything is already here, even though you don't see it, even though your bank account, even though your job, even though your body, even though your state of mind isn't, it's weird to say because it's a state of mind, but even though you don't feel out of your depression, even though you don't feel out of your anxiety or your bipolar state or your obsessive compulsive disorder state or your whatever it is, if you have been diagnosed or not, like if you're just going through it, dissociating, if you're addicted to something, if you can't get out of bed, if you're addicted to your computer, to the internet, if you're addicted to food, to lust, to consuming like food and TikTok and shit, it will start to wear you down to the point where you just feel like dirty. And this is why it took me some months to re-record this, just to be here, because I was dealing with a bulge disc in my neck from overtraining during the COVID-19 quarantine shit. I was really identifying with the ego of lifting, and I took it too far. I tore my supraspinatus, my left supraspinatus. I tore it. I also had a scapular fibrosis in the back, and the neck bulge disc. It was just a nightmare to live, and I lost a lot of mobility in my neck. I lost a lot of mobility in my scapula. I couldn't do anything. It was just 24 hours of pain every day. And it just started to take a toll on my brain and my body too much. So much that it just like started to change the way I see life. I am a very optimistic, positive, outgoing person. I like to laugh with people. I like to engage in conversations. I don't like to be the center of attention, but I like to be with people. I like to ask questions, and I like to just be present with them, with myself and people. But when you're injured, you carry that shit every day, and it isolates you. It isolates you to the point where you don't feel like talking to anyone, to not even look them in the eyes. This is why I want to thank Aaron Horgish for this book, the Rebuilding Milo. I'm like just starting it, but Squat University has been probably the best, next to what's his name, knees over toe guys, and Brendan from Low Back Rehab. I think those are the top three sources for people with injuries to rebuild their lower back, anything like their knees, lower back, their scapular posture, neck. It really opened my mind. It gave me my confidence back. Because when you can't walk, when you can't carry your children, when you can't carry the groceries, when you can't get out of bed, when you can't go on hikes, when you can't run anymore, when you can't play sports, can't even sit down to work properly at your job, you start to slowly tear away at your confidence, your self-esteem. You think it's not possible, and then you try to use your resources with doctors and people and institutions and hospitals that don't really give a shit about you. They just want your money. So instead of giving you very, very approachable and economic protocols, they just want to operate on you and like fuck you. And not every, it's rare, like injuries that require surgery are very rare, so rare that it's after, if you haven't read this book, if you haven't spent time on these pages on Squat University, if you haven't invested time into learning about your body, your body, your body, if you haven't done the rehab, if you haven't gone to clinics, if you haven't taken manners into your own hands and just wanting something else, some pill and some doctor who said he's from Harvard to study you, then you deserve to be operated on, and you deserve to be charged a shit ton of money that took you ages to make, because you can actually do it by yourself. You can actually rebuild your body. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's hard. Yeah, it takes time. It has to be done on your own terms. But it's free. It's free. You can literally do it. Well, it's not completely free. Like, you need some stuff. You need like a kettlebell. You need some resistance bands. You need a mat. But it's just as important to know what you should not do and what you should do. What you should not do is what got you injured in the first place. And after you have rebuilt your body, you will be here where I am right now. You will want to help others, and you will see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is so beautiful. It feels so good. It's like every day is like a new adventure, and you want to go out to the coffee shops, and you want to talk to people, and you want to go work out, and you'll want to invest time in your hobbies and your crafts instead of just being in this depressive, injured state of mind 24/7 and just wanting to rest all the time. And rest is very necessary, it is, but there comes a point where you need to get back on the mat and just start walking again, start stretching again, start doing the exercises that you know you should do. Stop doing the exercises that you know you shouldn't do, and stop being a stupid bitch, and just like stop doing the things that got you injured in the first place. And it's also, I used to think that pain is in the mind, but actually pain is in the body, and it's your mind that has to do a certain reprogramming of the identity and the narrative. So what I'm doing right now is, instead of telling people, even though I'll have some better days and some bad days of my neck and my scapula, I'll stop telling people that I'm injured, and I'll tell them that I used to be. And this is what I tell my mind every day when I'm meditating, like, I used to be injured. Just repeat it. I used to have pain, and now I'm getting better. Instead of telling people like, hey, what's up, how you been? He's like, oh, I'm injured right now, so I can't do this shit. I was injured, even though I sometimes feel like inflammation and stuff. I used to be injured. I'm getting better because I'm doing these exercises, and the simple act of telling this and speaking it and thinking it and consuming resources that actually stimulate your brain, this will send signals to your body, like Joe Dispenza said. It will send a signal from the powerhouse of your mind all the way down to all the parts of your body and your blood and your cells, and they will slowly start to repair while you do the exercises. Because this whole manifestation thing of just like not doing anything and just thinking that everything is for you and that everything is abundance and you have unlimited energy without doing anything, that's called delusion, probably like schizophrenia or some shit. But if you practice mind repetition with consistent action, daily small actions, don't try to do everything every day. Like, this is what used to happen to me. I used to have short bursts of full intensity and then 2 weeks of nothing. And then I'll have this day where, like, oh, I'm so motivated, and I'll do it again, and then I'll stop. And probably a classic ADD or ADHD symptom, which, being neurodivergent is so cool. I'm not saying that I am. I probably am. Like, I've read and invested so much time, and I've listened to so many podcasts and gone through a good round of therapists and psychiatric help to realize that my way of living, my way of thinking and seeing the world, and my way of doing things is very special. It's just so me. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I probably do not fit with everything and everyone. And yeah, it has certain characteristics that make it difficult to engage with people sometimes, even myself. I've gone through addiction, I've gone through substance abuse, I've gone through very, very dark and intrusive states of mind, but it's all been for a reason, which is why my mind just, like, it's unbeatable now. You can't do anything to me that will fuck me. Like, you may irritate me for like 5 to 10 minutes, and these couple of weeks I realized that my mind wasn't as strong as it used to be, because I wasn't working out, because I wasn't pushing myself. I wasn't training. I just stopped training because I wanted to rest. But I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I love that quote. I've used sick and tired of being sick and tired. You realize that to gain your strength back, to gain your physical and mental strength back, you need to start carrying weight again. Do not be afraid of carrying weights. Do not let any doctor tell you that deadlifts are bad. What is bad is the load and the frequency, the technique that you are using, but the exercises are not bad. Do not let any doctor tell you that you shouldn't do any exercise. You should start, if you're really injured, you should start with a rehab protocol. And then, I'm telling you, because I'm actually going through this next phase, you need to start carrying weight again. And it's not about getting as big as possible. It's about getting your physical strength back, because this will bleed into your mind, and this will help you when other people want to push you and tell you that you are doing things wrong and that your way of seeing life is not wrong. And you will stop trying to impose your way of seeing life onto others, and you will just, like, you will filter out what you need to filter out. And if you have certain people in your life, friends, your husband, your wife, your family, that challenge your way of thinking, your way of seeing the world, it's not even a belief system, it's just a way of operating. If they challenge you, you will accept them with love. You will love them for who they are, and you will simply love them even more, without trying to change their minds, without trying to make them see it as you see it. You will just love them, and you will realize that the power of so fucking corny the power of love is the best medicine. When you truly feel, it's like being on mushrooms every day. it's like being on the most powerful drug that there is. Oxygen and love and being in your centered state of mind and being healthy, nobody can take that away from you.